Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode of Busted Open. Busted It Open since 2007, and today we are going to review Thundercats Mumm-Ra, the Ever-Living by Super 7. Now, I've always been a Thundercats fan. I always loved Mumm-Ra. Mumm-Ra is absolutely my favorite. I love when it comes to cartoon series, I found myself as I got older realizing that I actually really love villains. Like as a child, I thought I would just like take for instance G.I. Joe. As a kid, I always felt as though like, all right, I like G.I. Joe, but no, it was actually the villains I really liked because I always felt as though I had to have certain villains like Destro, and the same thing goes with like He-Man and goes with Thundercats, because I always just had to have certain villains. And here we have the Mumm-Ra that is done by Super 7. Now Mattel gave the license over to Super 7. Super 7 has been pushing out action figures for these guys. Look in the description, you'll see like I'll leave it up there at the top, the Slithe review I did within the Super 7 line because I love Thundercats. Mumm-Ra has always been one of my favorites. I remember he was voiced by Earl Hammond. Earl Hammond did a fantastic job of doing Mumm-Ra. Mumm-Ra is my all-time favorite. I actually will say that I enjoy, and I felt as though as a kid that Mumm-Ra held more of a horror aesthetic than what Skeletor did. You know what I mean? Thundercats was a little bit more darker than and a little bit more like, how can I say, leaning towards the demonic side than Master Universe did. But here we have Mumm-Ra in the mailer box right here. This mailer box is big. This box is big. This box has to be at least like what? Oh, let me see. This is coming in at 12 inches right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take him out the mailer box, but I'm going to show you the mailer box real quick. But this mailer box is big. It just says Mumm-Ra on the front. It's a nice cardboard box right here. Standard cardboard box right there. Have opened it on the side, and you see a whole bunch of licenses and logos and stuff of Warner Brothers and Super 7 on the back. That is the barcode right there if you want to scan it or whatever. Choking hazard may contain small parts. Adult collectibles, not a toy. Ages 14 plus. And that is it for the mailer box. So give me a second and I will be right back to I'm going to take this out of the box so you guys. Now, like I told you before, this box is big. This character is big. He must be big. And no, I have not opened him up. This is my first time opening him. And it came in this plastic right here. I loosened the tape that was on the side right here so that I could just, pull it all out. And there we have the box. I'm going to try to give you as much of the box as possible, but it's done in the typical motif of the silver and black. I mean, the black and foil red right here. You have the two serpents right here that Mumm-Ra wears, the combating serpents or dueling serpents as you want to call them. You have Thundercats on the front right there. Let me bring this a little bit closer so you guys can get a good view of this. Mumm-Ra, the Ever-Living. Nice, beautiful black premium box right here. Classic Thundercats logo on the back, looking real good right there. That looks great. Super 7 over here. What's over here? Let's see. It says contents, one figure with accessories right there. Super 7 over there. Hopefully, let me zero in so you guys can see this right there. Red on the box. Another barcode on the bottom. Super 7 over here. Red box, so on and so forth. And same as before, legal mumbo jumbo and stuff like that. Now, what's cool is that you can keep the box, and on the top it says Ultimates as well. I don't know if you guys can see it, but hopefully you guys can see that it says Ultimates right there on the top. And what I like is that it comes in a nice slip right here. You have a slip that comes on the top. You lift this up, and there you have the figure. And this is coming out slowly, but yeah, here's the slip cover that it comes in, and this is the box. Let me bring this back a little bit. Hopefully you guys can get a good view of Mumm-Ra right there. And there he is in a nice, beautiful window box. And you can see there's accessories inside. You have ma-mutt, Mumm-Ra looking great right there. Open mouth head, so on and so forth. This looks great. Along the box, there's black on the side, red on the bottom. You have beautiful artwork of Mumm-Ra on the bottom. It says Mumm-Ra. Let's bring this closer. Okay. And it says, Mumm-Ra is the Thundercats' evil adversary. Mummified and otherwise weak, he is energized and made immortal as a servant to the spirits of evil, who grant him magical and transformative powers to carry out their wicked bidding. And yes, but you know what? Like this right here, this is a nod to the toy from back in the day, because I've never seen him use that in the cartoon. You have Super 7 logo over there, you know, the dueling serpents or the combating serpents or the serpents that don't trust each other symbol right there. And that's it for the box. But this is a big box, man. Very big box. This Mumm-Ra is big, as you can see. Very, very big box. Window box. Boom. So what we're going to do, we're going to bust this guy open. You got the Thundercats logo right there. Mumm-Ra the Ever Living right there. We're going to bust this guy open and see if Mumm-Ra is worth the scratch. And here we have Mumm-Ra in all of his beautiful glory. And man, you know, I always go over the accessories first, but I can't wait to review this guy. And from me looking through this, even through the camera, it is an absolute work of beauty. Four Horsemen have done it again. I don't see why some people, I don't know, some people were like a little upset with it. I think this is cartoon accurate and it is beautiful, but we'll get into that later. Let me bring this a little bit closer, because you know I like to go into the accessories first, because I can be talking about the figure all day long. I like to get the accessories out the way. Not saying I want to rush through it, but I like talking and really letting you guys see the figure up close, or whatever the case may be. So let me bring this a little bit closer. And he comes with his Sword of Plundar, like the extended one right here. And it comes with the, if you see, you can see like the two dual, the double head snake handle on it. It's like a scimitar sword. No, there's, excuse me, there's no silver or anything to it. It's done like in a, how can I say, like a shiny gray, but a shiny light gray. It's not like the type of paint or the silver paint or metallic paint you would see on like the, what was that the Motu Revelations have or anything like that. But this is good right here. This is, and it's big. It's big. This thing has to be at least like 12 inches tall, or whatever the case may be. Kind of sharp, so if you're giving this to some kids, so just be careful. Like, I wouldn't say like it's pointy sharp, but a kid could poke his eye out, or whatever the case may be. But yeah. Paint job is okay. I mean, on the handle, it's a little bit cakey on the handle, but not too bad, or whatever the case may be. This is a beautiful piece right here. Then you have the mighty gyroscope regulator right here. And this has a long story with it. Well, not really. If you watch Thundercats, you know where this came from right here. But it is done in a nice, it's a flat plastic right here, hard plastic. And this right here is like soft along the handle, right along the blade right here. Pretty much, I would say this is all soft plastic all the way through. But as far as the gyroscope regulator right here, this right here is done in a nice hard plastic, and it has, you know, different shades of blue right there. Light blue, dark blue, nice sculpting, no hard heavy wash work or anything on it. You know, the dome or the ball on the top is pretty good. Nothing comes apart, nothing separates or anything like that, so don't think that you can take this ball off or anything like that. But it is done very, very good. Sculpting and the handle sculpting along the little bearing around the edges of it right here. I love the little Tesla look it has right here, like the little Tesla springs or coils going on right here. Kind of looks like it. Got a little sculpting along the shaft of it. It's looking pretty good, really good. Then you have these beautiful hands right here. No shading or wash, but great sculpting and detail in it. Shows off the nice blue or the necrotic look of his flesh right here. I always thought as though like he was dead flesh, just energized or anything like, or something like that, you know. You got the pegs right there, so you can peg them right into the holes right, you know, when you pull these hands out, you can peg them right on in. You know, you got the rotate, the pivoting and everything like that going on. And yeah, you can see there's some nice sculpting within the hand too, so they did a pretty good job. I've always loved on Thundercats how they would just make it seem like their hands were part of the nails or part of their skin or whatever the case may be, especially with Lion-O and the rest of the Thundercats. This right here, then you have this open hand here. I guess this is his power hand, or his, you know, just pretty much coming at your hand. Nice nail work, nice nail sculpting, no wash or anything like that. But I mean, like, it is cartoon accurate. If you are a fan of Thundercats, you can see like this line work within the palms. If you're a fan of Thundercats, you will absolutely love these figures. Then you have my man over here, ma-mutt. And this is great. I love the muscle, stubby look, the nice stocky look they gave him. face sculpt is absolutely beautiful right there. No bleeding in the paint or anything like that. Looks very good, and there's some wash along him. There's different pigment that they put on, like his skin fur or whatever, his fur or whatever the case may be. Tail is nice. I love how they gave him like the stub tail, but it looks a little bit like unearthly, or something you wouldn't catch on a dog or whatever the case may be. They even sculpted in the paws down at the bottom. You got nice black paint on the nails under here. You know, decent paint along the bottom and everything like that. Beautiful shading that they got going on. Love the way they did the ears. The collar is absolutely great. You can see like some gold within the gold painting along the spikes of the collar. Red collar, nice solid red. Loving the way they did the face right here. Eyes are nice and red. If you can see, there's some wash and darkening and shadowing within the paint on the top of his head. Got the couple of teeth sticking out and the 2 teeth sticking out of his jaws right here, which I've always found awesome about ma-mutt. This is great. And you have like some articulation. You can move the head around. You can move the legs around and stuff like that. Now this figure is very stiff. This figure is very stiff, but it's a very good rendition of ma-mutt. They did a great job in capturing the essence and look of ma-mutt. I think a lot of people wanted some more joints along here, but I think this is just perfect. Because when you start putting too many joints on these animal figures, they start getting janky looking or anything like, or something like that. But I love the wrinkles they put in along in the inner part of his mouth right here. Everything looks good. The wrinkles in his forehead. They did the ears perfectly. This is a great job of ma-mutt. Then you have the open mouth head over here with the nice headdress on, nice gold going on in it, dark mouth in the inside, the old gnarly looking teeth. The headdress looks great. You see like some gold along the edges along here. Everything is looking good with this right here. I'm loving this right here. You got the different straps, or how can I say, the different wraps coming from his head and everything like that. And I've always loved like the Egyptian / Aztec warrior look Mumm-Ra would transform into when he would turn into Mumm-Ra. You have the ridges along his eyes up here. I love the puckered mouth that they had, that they always gave Mumm-Ra. The helmet comes down and covers over his nose as a form of protection, or, you know, just showing how regal he is. I'm loving the, like, again, it looks like a combination of Egyptian, Roman, and Aztec Indian. I always love that look of Mumm-Ra, and it looks absolutely great right here. This looks great. And you got the peg hole on the bottom so that you can pop that head off and put this one on. It is a great figure. The sculpting of the serpents on the top of his head look good too. Look at that. Real good job, Super 7. I was about to say Mattel. Super 7 did a great job. Nice solid flat black on there. You know, they sculpted in some wrinkles on the back. Looks real good. Looks real good. They did a great job with this. They didn't cut any corners or anything like that. I love the eyes right there. They're sunk in with darkness around them. You can see like there's black paint around them, and then the eyes are red and everything like that. Then you got the bags under his eyes, the jowls, everything looks good. Now, the head is made out of a soft, like the inner part of the inners within the helmet are, like his head, are made, like the jaw especially, are made out of a soft plaque. So you can kind of move it with your hand, but you can't, you know, move it up and down or anything like that. But they did great work on this head sculpt here. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the gold paint on that crown right there, man. And the emblem in the top. And if you look, the snake eyes are even painted as well. And there's different forms of different shades of paint. There's black along the snake's head and purple with scales. If you look real good, with scales sculpted into the snakes on his head. He looks great. This is literally like you holding a piece of the cartoon in your hand right here. So finally, you know who we're going to get to right now, right? We got to pull this back because this dude is actually very, very big. And boy, oh boy, here we have Mumm-Ra. Let me bring this closer. I wanted you guys to get a full view on this figure. Is the bee's knees. That 4 Horsemen went all out on this. I don't think... Now, I didn't get the Mumm-Ra statue. There was a Mumm-Ra statue running around at one time, but from what I see of the Mumm-Ra statue, this looks almost similar to the statue. And I think 4 Horsemen did that statue as well. This figure is top notch. Look at the face sculpt. Look at the body. He's a big guy. I would say he's coming in at about 9 or 10 inches. I don't know, but we're going to check that towards the end. The cape, what I like about this cape, right, is that there is like a little latch under here, or like a little peg, and it makes it easy for you to just put the cape onto it. Now I can't really, there it is. Maybe you can see it from here. It's inside here. It fits on like a little pin, or like a little stud, or whatever the case may be, and you can put it on there, and you also can fit the other part of the cape onto his spikes on his bracelets or gauntlets right here, to where so you can get like some nice dynamic poses. You know how he always, you know, raises his arm and his, you know, the cape looks like bat wings, whatever the case may be. There is a wire in the cape so you can get some posability and get some nice funky poses with the cape flowing in the wind or billowing in the wind. Nice stitching within the cape right here. Black on this side, and this is a quality. This is a thick cape too. It's not cheap feeling. It doesn't feel like some foamy or whatever the case may be. The symbol in his chest is beautiful. It's nice and raised. It's colored in a deep red, like a blood red right there. If you can look real good, the symbol is raised on his chest, so it looks really good right there. Headdress looks amazing, has nice gold around it, the same as what I showed you with the helmet. Only thing, the mouth is closed with this one, so I mean, like, you can just look at it. I don't want to go through it all over again, but it is beautiful. Look at this. I love to give you guys nice close-up views of it, so you can decide whether you want to purchase this figure or not. It is beautiful. This figure is absolutely beautiful, and it's a nice solid weight. I'm loving this skirt that he has going on, like the Egyptian or Aztec skirt he has going on, with the nice gold painted trim with the line sculpted with along it, and then you have the two-tone red going on right there. Now these wraps make it absolutely amazing. The wraps are just wild, and I like that. Now there's some are glued on and some are, what's the name, I don't want to pull them to end up, you know, taking apart the glue that's on it, but it's like a sturdy glue. They're done in a vinyl, done in like a gray, like an off-white. It looks real good on him. Face sculpt is good. Everything is good. Look at these feet. Look at these shin guards. Everything looks good. Has wraps around his ankles. Got the fur on there. Now, I would have liked a little bit of wash on the fur right there, or a little bit of shading on the fur, but it's still good. These feet are nice and big and spread. This is how Mumm-Ra looks in the cartoon. This is how he looks exactly what I thought he would look like on this toy. This is nothing less than almost perfection in terms of Mumm-Ra. Now, if something comes out later on that is just like, you know, maybe, you know, I don't know. Because just whenever I say that, they always come out, somebody brings out another version or their version of an action figure or a character, and I just like, wow, this one made my what's the name look like garbage. But this one is beautiful. I'm loving the bicep bands that they have on him right here. The blue necrotic flesh that they got going on with him looks absolutely amazing. Different shades of gold right here. You have a dark gold right here, light gold right there. This is like a tan or a beige right here going on. This is a beautiful figure, absolutely beautiful. Anybody who's a Thundercat fan will love this figure. Beautiful cloth on the back. I mean, this is just a masterpiece. A masterpiece, as you can see right here. Now, if you notice, when I lifted up the cape, the peg came out of his wrist right here, but that can easily slot back in. But this is the back of him. He's looking real good. Nice line work going on in him. Nice sculpting going on with him. This is a beautiful figure. Absolutely beautiful figure. I hope I went over everything on him. The wraps around his neck, now they're not movable. You can't move those. You can't move those. But I mean, this guy is absolutely gorgeous right here, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is a beauty right here. And now looking in the face, you can see, like, you know, there's a little bit of a defect right here, but I'm not worried about that. That doesn't bother me. But I'm loving the way they made it seem like he has cellulitis around his mouth, the eyes. I've always loved how they did the eyebrows, where like they were just like, I don't know, like just these pulsating like eyebrows or something like that. I love how just Mumm-Ra looks great. The legs are nice and thick. He looks solid. This is Mumm-Ra. Mumm-Ra in the cartoon always, when he turned into his ultimate form, he always looked like he was ready for action. Like he could take on any Motu character or Master Universe character and stuff like that. But this looks great right here. Now, as far as articulation go, you can get some head movement left and right and some, no, not that much going up and down because of all, and it's not that they didn't put the option in there. It's just that the sculpting and the engineering and the craft and everything that they got going on right here is inhibiting some of his head movement. But I mean, like, come on, how much head movement you gonna be doing with Mumm-Ra and everything like that? Arm goes all the way around, but you have to take in consideration with this cape being on here, it's gonna constrict some of his arm. It's basic common sense. His arm won't be able to go all around. Now, if you take it off a little bit, yeah, look. You can get this to go all the way around. Biceps swivel, as you can see right here. Single hinged elbow, but it doesn't fully go all the way up. You can probably get like a 60 degree going. No, more than a 60. I'll say like a 90 degree going on with him. Twisting and pivoting in the wrist. Leg split is nice. Ab crunch. Beautiful ab crunch. Look at him from the side. Twist in the waist. And again, all of this stuff I'm finding out as I go along with you guys. I opened this up at the same time. You know, you guys witnessed me open it up. Single hinge knee right there. So you can get some bending. Does he have any calf twist? Feels like he does. No, I think this is on a peg right here, to where so it swivels at the knee right here. But you have some pivoting and ankle rocker. You have an ankle rocker and pivoting and up and down and twisting and everything going on at the ankle. The same thing on this side is a thing, same thing on that side. Some things will inhibit his movement because of the, you know, the extra accessories and the parts and, you know, the stuff that they've crafted onto him and everything like that. But he looks good. He looks absolutely amazing. Let me see how this head pops off real quick. Give me a second. Hopefully I don't break it. Okay, it came off quickly. All right, let's see how this head fits on here. Wow. Went on real quick. Now, you do have to be careful because these little pieces right here, and I think I'm going to glue these into his forearms right here so that they won't, because knowing me, I'll end up losing them. Now, this one didn't come out, but I'm going to take them, I'm going to glue both of these into his bracelets or gauntlets so that I won't lose them, because it's not like, I mean, these are any significance within, you know, something you would use as a weapon or, you know, part of the action feature with the toy or anything like that. But this is beautiful, and I'm loving them with this open mouth. He looks great. He is a must-have if you're into Thundercats. If you just, and you know what, even if you don't have the other Thundercats, if you're a fan of Mumm-Ra, you got to get this figure. This figure is absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to do, I think I covered everything on him. Hopefully I did. But this is him without the cape right here. You know, they did some nice muscle definition on him. They sculpted in some nice muscle definition on him. There's no way you can look at this toy and tell it's not Mumm-Ra. Even if you're a person that hasn't seen Thundercats in years, you will look at this toy and be like, this is Mumm. Oh, wow, that's that guy from the cat show, right? With the cat people. Yep. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take some pictures of him, and I will be right back with my final thoughts, guys, okay?
Thundera is with you, Lion-O, the source of the Thundercats' power.
So as a whole, I think Mumm-Ra looks absolutely amazing. He is cartoon accurate. If there's something you see that's missing on Mumm-Ra that you remember from the cartoon that's not on him, let me know. I mean, like, if this is Mumm-Ra, there's nothing there. There's not even a personal take that the creators and the craftsmen, such as the Four Horsemen and Super 7, took that they threw in there. This is literally jumping off the cartoon, straight from the cartoon onto the toy, and it looks great. I've always been a fan of Mumm-Ra. I mean, and of course, you know I'm going to do that size comparison right here. Here we have, first off, let's see how tall this guy is. And I'm telling you, he's big. He's big. I would say he's coming in at about 9 inches. Yep, 9 inches all the way to the top of his serpent helmet and his headdress and everything like that, and he looks good. And I absolutely love Mumm-Ra. I love the villains in any series. I've always been a villain lover and stuff like that. And I love Thundercats as well, too. Here he is next to his arch nemesis and protagonist of Thundercats, Lion-O. Now, this is the Mattel one. I didn't feel a need to get the Super 7 one. Here he is standing next to Mista, one of his henchmen, Slithe. Yeah, and he is the right size too. Now, I do have Mumm-Ra in his little tiny mummy form, but I never opened it, and I put him up somewhere. He's in one of my boxes in storage and stuff like that. When I get a chance, I'll just do a little quick review on him and stuff like that, because you can't have big Mumm-Ra without little Mumm-Ra. Here he is next to Masterverse He-Man, and look, Masterverse He-Man is actually 7 inches, you know, so this lets you know this is a big guy right here. Really big guy. And here he is next to, oh man, you know who he had to pull out, right? You know who he had to pull out. Hi. You should do more Star Wars stuff because, oh, who is this guy? That's a big guy. You know what? I don't usually pull weapons on people, but I'm going to pull one on you because you're enough with it. And that was David Nora. David Nora came by to give us a little hand and to pretty much shout out Mumm-Ra. This figure is absolutely amazing. Definitely get it in your collection. Accessories are through the roof. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, that's 4, 5, 6, 7 accessories. Hopefully I didn't drop anything when I opened the box to show you guys. And if you want to see, you can switch the hands out pretty easily too. They easily just pull out like this, as you can see right here. And you can just plug them in and boom, you can get different stuff going on. Now, you do have to loosen up these hands a bit because the grips are very tight on them. Let me open this up for you guys so you can see. Okay, there we go. Oh, the grips are very tight on this. Very, very tight. But as you can see, he holds everything very tightly. Let me bring this closer. That's Mumm-Ra missing a hand. Give me my hands back. And this looks good, man. This looks really, really good right here. Holds on to everything really snug. Really pliable, movable. You can put the Sword of Plundar. What is this? It looks like, now this came outside of the package right here. But it's no deal breaker for me. I'm not one of these people that'll be like, if I see one little thing. Now I can see if they got like a streak going across something. Oh boy. Well, you get the idea. You can put the scimitar or the blade of Plundar, the Sword of Plundar, in his hand. You just got to do some bending and stuff like that. Oh, and there we have it. No, we don't. Okay, but you can get it in there. You just got to work it a bit. Open his hand up like this and push it in there real quickly. See if you can get a grip on it. Got it. There we go. There we go. And look, this looks great. Well, you know, I took some pictures of you saw the pictures. I took some pictures of him with the blade in his hand. And yes, this looks good. This looks real good. There you go. And get some spinning action going on. Now, no, you're not supposed to spin it, but you can spin it to get some little spinning action going on. And tons of it. This right here, man. This right here, I would actually say is statue quality right here. It's that beautiful. And yes, I am a very big fan of Thundercats right here. I love the fact that Super 7 has been doing these. I'm a big fan of ranking bad stuff like Tiger Sharks, Thundercats, Silverhawks, all of that stuff. And I put up a little poll right here. Who do you think had a more intense transformation? Monstar from Silverhawks or Mumm-Ra from Thundercats? You guys let me know. So with that being said, that brings this review to a close. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share this video. And remember, when you buy a toy, what do you do?